Good morning. Tuesday, May the 6th. Very important day in the history of the world. Although it may not seem like it. 60 years ago, Dave in the AM, aka the Cornbread Man, was born. Yes, it's my birthday. I made it. The big 6-0. Yes. Going to kick into this day. I didn't take it off. I am working. Well, I'm doing a class today. Just going to keep on going. Don't change the routine. Just another day, right? Doesn't mean anything to anybody other than me, but it is my birthday. So we're going to celebrate it today. I was trying to get in here early. I didn't quite make it, but we're going to have fun today. I'm determined that nobody's going to steal my joy today. Not going to let anybody rain on my birthday today. I'm going to have a good time and enjoy it to the best of my ability and with my family this evening as I get home. And still, yes, Yes, we'll be recording. The racing hour is this evening. Should be 6-ish. Could be a little after because I may be coming. Still not sure what time I'm getting out of class. I should be okay, but it could be 15 after, something like that. But we're still going to do it. Yeah. Well, happy Tuesday. It's a brisk 49 degrees. It feels like we've went into fall, like we've just skipped summer and we're in fall. It feels like fall weather. It's cold compared to what it's been. Beautiful days, though. Clear day. A high in my area of 74 degrees. Can you believe that? 74 degrees. And back down to a low today of 48 degrees. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing that it's that cool right now. Here we are, May 6th. But, we're just not into it deep enough yet. June, July, and August. Those days be a coming. And it'll heat up. Miss Elizabeth, good morning to you. I hope you have recovered from the show last night. It was a late night. Got you some rest. Hopefully go deal with the kiddos today. 13 days of school left after today. 13. That's awful nice. I like it. Go back to the farm. It's like the conquering war hero. Go back to the farm, settle into a quiet life, the Green Acres life. Maybe not exactly like that, but the Green Acres life, and enjoy the rest of your days, whatever you may do. As long as you continue to do Mama said. You cannot retire from there. Just kidding. You are the mama in the stew. We cannot have a Mama said without Mama. And don't let no kids or parents of those kids take your joy away. Just keep in mind, 13 days, baby. 13 days. Very nice. Hello to my fellow podcasters. If any of them stop by, some of them do sometimes in the morning if you're listening in. God bless you, all that you do. We appreciate you. You are an inspiration to us and all of America on the Rumble side of things. If you do not have a Rumble channel, what is the problem? Got to get with it. Come on, baby. Got to get a Rumble channel. Come on. It's easy. It's easy. Come on over to the Rumble side. You can hold on to the other platforms as long as they keep you around, because that's about the way it is. Get you a Rumble. Follow this podcast and others. We have about 3 or 4 names, but the 2 main ones are Southern Fried Podcast and SF Podcasting, which is Southern Fried Podcasting. We also have the Cornbread Nation. There is a Cornbread Nation channel, which we do some things with from time to time. And there is, yes, the Cornbread Man. I just started it. It's for use in certain things. But for the main podcast, it is Southern Fried Podcast, or SF, if I can speak this morning, SF Podcasting. Remember, brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Make the switch today. I hope to get on the phone with them today. I got a little something I need them to do for me. Patriot Mobile, America First Company, Texas-based, has no problem, and in fact enjoys sharing their faith in Jesus Christ. I love these folks. Use that promo code Cornbread for your promo code. Get the first month free and get going with a great phone company. Tired of that phone company you got? I know you've complained about them. I know you've been mad at them. Matter of fact, I'm mad at one right now. It's not the platform I'm remaining with. It's another one, though, I've used. I canceled my service with them because they didn't need it anymore. It wasn't phone. It was for internet, Wi-Fi. They charged me anyway after I canceled. Boy, they're going to hear about it from me. I think I'm just going to stop by the store on the way home. Say, what is your problem? Come on. Birthdays today. George Clooney, that liberal lunatic himself, 63 years old. He thinks the whole world revolves around him and his endless ideas about life. Some ladies may like the way he looks, but he's got a very poor brain. I'm telling you. But he is 63 today, and everybody deserves. And that's amazing that we were born on the same day. What in the world? See, some great things happened 60 years ago. Or he's 63. But on that same day, he's 63. So at least it's not the same year. Thank goodness. Chris Paul, basketball player, 39. I watched him play a lot of basketball. He's all right. All right. Wasn't on my team, though, but he was okay. Let's see if there's anybody else worth mentioning. Maybe not. I don't see anyone that I really care to mention as a birthday today. Well, I do. Actually, I do. One more. The great Bob Seger. Yeah, 79. Like me some Bob Seger back in the day. I guess he still tours a little bit. You know, these older guys, they're showing you how to age and keep it going. David Lee Roth is out on the road. He's put up about, I don't know, 20 dates. He's already done one of them. He's going to be all over the country. Go get it, Dave. I know the voice hasn't been the same for a while, but you got a nice man behind you, and it's not horrible. You're better than Vince Neil, I'll tell you that. You rock it. Rob Halford, Judas Priest. Shave the beard, dude, but I enjoy that you're still out there getting it done. You do it your way. He's a little slower than Dave. Not quite the shape. You can only get black in certain sizes. It doesn't make you look even bigger. Bless his heart. He moves a little slow, but the voice is still there. Still making money. Still drawing the fans in. Some people can't handle that. Some people say, I want to remember them the way they were. Some people say, I'll take the show no matter. I'll hang with them as long as they're having a show. I'm going to be there. I think at some point you have to just go retire. See, Miss Elizabeth, she's retiring at the peak of her career. You know, she may do some work, but it'll be part-time, limited. She said, I'm going to go out on my terms before I lose my mind, work with these kids. Some of these rockers, they've been fried out a long time ago, but they still out there getting it. Not very good in some cases, but you know what? If it's loud enough, the people don't notice too much anyway. You just get echoes going on, background singers, and get the crowd to sing a lot. That's what Dave does. Dave just gets the crowd to sing. That's what you do. Oh, amazing how many years went by. There's going to be a lot of turnover in the classic rock era. A lot of them are getting very long in the tooth. They were already established when I came along. And they're crazy. That's what it says. Oh. I think they all look at Mick Jagger as inspiration. He's like 80s. Still rocking the free world. Having babies. Dancing around. They're like, if Mick can do it, I can do it. And you know, his voice ain't half bad still. So he's, to those in their 60s and 70s, he's been inspiration. If he keeps going, they say, I'm going to keep going. We got to, if the Stones can still do it. Of course, Keith Richards was petrified long ago. He just has all the music oozing through his veins. But it's the other things in his veins is, I think, holding him together. Retire. Some of them looking rough. You know, I mean, they're looking rough. I mean, they have to almost walk them out to the mic stand, and they just shake their head a little bit. Remember when they was young and they bounced around and ran around and jumped off risers, jumped out in the crowd. Now it's the walker coming out. Actually, some of them are singing sitting down now. They're singing sitting down in a chair or something. And they just mail it in. Crank up the guitars a little louder and I can squeeze another hour and 20 minutes out of this voice if y'all play loud enough, and we'll just keep making money. You would think they would just retire and enjoy it. Maybe do studio work. Some of them have to work. They really do. They have no money. If they stop working, they're losing everything they got. I remember when it was the virus time, and it was the Gatlin brothers. I've been around a long time, been very successful. But he said when they couldn't do shows, he said if we don't get a show quick, we're going to lose. We're going to sell our home. Couldn't afford payments on it anymore. It would be sad to be at the age and have to keep working to have what you have. Now, maybe they could downsize, but this wasn't a mansion by any means. Not like in the mansion sense we think of rock stars. But a lot of them, they've had so many kids they're still paying out money on the kids. They blew it all on drugs or things and people, the posse, and now they just have to keep working. So I think that's that was Sharon Osbourne's mentality. Just keep pushing Ozzy out to the front. Got to keep that money coming in, boy. You can't sit down. Now he is sitting down. Can't do it anymore. But then there's some, like Gene Simmons. Kiss was looking a little long in the tooth in the makeup. I mean, it was that last tour, the Forever tour. That's over 3 years. I think because of the virus, they just kept extending the days, pushing back and extending. They finally retired. Although I hear they're going to do a one-off show, of course. But Gene Simmons band, or Gene Simmons, I don't know if he has his own traveling band or he just has a band that shows up and supports him. I think he just gets paid big money to come and sing somewhere. But he tours. He's not bad. He's still got some of it. Someone else would have to get a job and support me. You mean you're not up to being out there at 78, 79 years old? Okay, kids, listen up. Let's take our seats. Can you imagine trying to drag yourself up to do that? And really what gets the rockers, and they go in these residencies, which helps them because it's the travel. Sammy Hagar just recently spoke of this. He's not retiring, but they're going to do things where they're in the same place a lot, or a lot of days in between, or something, because it's the travel that kills them. Just hotel beds, having to travel around, it just beats you up. Elizabeth says, "Heck no, I'm not doing it." I don't blame you. I mean, at some point, you're just like, what am I doing? I can't do this no more. It's just too hard. One morning you just get up and you're like, this coffee's just too good. The recliner feels too good. I can't do it no more. I had a job once. There's a lot of reasons about it. I'm not saying this is the way to do it at all. But I can say once in my life, I was there. I was at a job, and I was working good at the job, but they changed my shift. It was second shift, which is horrible. And I was never seeing my wife. We hadn't been married long. We were still under 2 years, I think. She was working. Anyway, it was about 2 years. She would she would get up and go to work at 6. And I would leave for work before she got home. And by the time I got home, she was already asleep. 5 days a week like that. Very, very limited interaction. And then they started wanting me to work overtime on Saturday. Saturday and Sunday was like my rescue time, just keep everything moving. And one day I was headed to work and I said, I can't do it. It was just a mental moment. And I've never done. I just quit. I said I can't do it. I just cannot do it no more. What happened is I was looking forward to a Saturday. We had some plans. They come. They said we got to work. A few people. You're lowest on the totem pole, or one of the lowest. If I can't get nobody else, you have to work. Or if I can't get enough, you have to work. They come back and said you got to work. I worked it. Monday. Was headed to work. I said I can't do it, and I quit. And I just said that's it for me and my family. I'm not letting it be more than that. I'm not saying I should have walked away like that, but I was in a place. And I actually, believe it or not, I actually drove to my mother-in-law's house. My mother-in-law was like a second mom to me, and I felt bad because here's my wife working. I just quit my job, and I went to see her, and we sat and I drank coffee with her for a couple hours, and just told her where I was at, what space I was in. I've always worked. I said I will get a job, but I just can't do it anymore. I felt like if it was either the job or the marriage. And I'm there now. What are you talking about? 13 days. 13 days. If I'd known I only had 13 days left, I could have hung on. I thought, I can't do this. The only problem, the worst part about it was, and by the way, the job's not even there anymore. It closed down after a few years. It was the right move for me. I ended up at my company I've been with for 34 years. So it's not like I quit jobs all the time. I'm 34 years on my job. But my dad had got me the job. And that was the hardest thing facing him, that I did it that way. He was actually really cool about it. He just said, "What happened?" He said, "It's okay, but what happened?" And I just told him it was nothing about the job per se. It was just, it didn't work for me. And that day, I was headed to work. I was at a red light. I'm listening to some music on the radio. Got that. I'm probably depressing Miss Elizabeth. I just had this, oh my gosh. I was so aggravated that it made me work this Saturday. I was sitting there like, oh, my wife will be off in like an hour and a half. I don't get off till like almost midnight. It's after midnight when I get home. I'm really not liking this shift. I don't like the people there was a lot of bad stuff going on. It was a union shop. I wasn't in the union yet, and people were cussing me out every day. I couldn't do nothing. You couldn't say nothing to nobody. They walked you out. I was almost in the union. I was almost there. And I was like, every day I just got tired. And not everybody was doing it, but there was enough of the punks and the hoods and everything else there. They were calling me filthy names, getting in my face. Bosses were, telling me to do one thing. The workers were mad. I was trapped. I was just absolutely trapped in a job that I hated. And, sometimes you just got to get out. Keep going, Miss Elizabeth. Keep heading towards work. 13 days. But for me that day, I said, I can't do it. And my wife had no idea I was doing that. So that was the other hard part. And, you know what? She was really supportive and said she was glad. She was tired of me always being gone. And, that it was fine. She knew that I would go back to work. I think I drew a couple of unemployment checks while I checked for work. And, or whatever it was. I don't remember. But I don't even know if you got it, if you quit. I don't remember. But I know within 2 weeks I had a job. And that job led to another job, which led to another job, which led to another job, which led me to 34 years at the same company. But yeah, and it changed the course. My oldest son was just a baby. He was just a year or two old. And that's another thing. I wasn't seeing my boy, I get home, he's asleep. I didn't want to wake him up, late like that. It's just horrible. I mean, this is horrible. Going to work at that time of day for me was just horrible. I could handle early morning. I could even handle the nights. I couldn't handle leaving in the early afternoon, going to a job every day. I just couldn't. That didn't work for me. That's a hard shift. But anyway, I just said no more. And sometimes you just have to do things. You have to make decisions, and you have to do you. You have to do you. You have to figure out what's other people like to tell you what to do. Oh, what you need to do is this. Well, that don't work sometimes, because you got to do you. You got to be happy. And money, although people talk about, well, as long as the money's there, I'll do it. Money don't always equate that. I was working a job once, and I was working so many hours because it was required. I mean, I was working a lot of hours, and at the time, the money was really good, and we was actually putting money back, and money was, I had money. I had no time to spend it. Same kind of thing. Working 7 days a week, 12, 14, 15-hour days. I just at a certain point, I just said enough. And so on a Saturday, or maybe it was a Sunday, I just took off. I said, I'm not doing it. Me and the boss had words about it. He said, who told you could take off Sunday? I said, I did. And I just had enough. I'd had enough of him. I'd had enough of the job. I was wore out. Same kind of thing. I didn't leave my job. But he tried to embarrass me. I was in the R&D area. He tried to, it's a long story, but he tried to pull a fast one and embarrass me. It didn't work out. I had friends looking out for me. I went back. I'll never forget the relief when I got to go back to my old job before I was doing that. And it absolutely was like a weight was lifted off of me. I was so happy. And the boss I used to work for, he said, listen, I don't know what happened. I don't care. I'm just glad I got you. Instead of working for a guy that couldn't care less about you or he just dogged on you every day, I had a boss that said, hey, I'm glad you're here. The heck with him. I just said, tell me where to go. He said, over here. I'll come see you after a while. I'm so excited to have you back. And I was working away, and the old curmudgeon walked in. He wanted to like perp walk me off the job to the other one. He was so mad when he come in. And figured somebody got word to me what he was going to do. I just come in and went to the other job. Oh, it burned him up. I got victory on that one. That's right. No money isn't always worth it. It's just not. It doesn't matter how much more it is. It's just not. Sometimes it's the stress. It's not even the job per se. You like the job, but there's other things attached to it that just creates a lot of stress. And stress can destroy you. It really can. And it's just not worth it. And it's just the thing. It's like it's in your soul. And at a certain point, you just can't do it anymore. And 13 days, Miss Elizabeth, I'm out. I can't do this no more. I don't want to do it. Let somebody else have it. I'm going to the farm. Them goats don't backtalk like these kids and parents and other people. You're right, Steve. There's a big difference between a boss and a leader. A big, big difference. I mean, there's a lot of people like to boss you around, but there's some leaders out there that, hey, I've worked for some people they were like family to me almost. Great mentors, people that I highly respect. They gave me wisdom. I felt like they had my interest at heart. They had a job to do, sure, but they wanted to make sure I was okay and in a good place, and were receptive to listening to me and my concerns and problems and whatever else. And I felt like they were not only my leader but my friend, and that's hard to find sometimes. And I've worked for some hard cases, and I can work for some hard cases. It's not per se that, as long as they're not directing it in me in a way, that's just trying to tear me down. I mean, I've worked for some, general patents, and never had a problem because I always did my job. People who didn't do their job, that was the ones that hated them. I didn't have a problem with them. The ones I had a problem with, they were just dirt bags. They treated people like crap, and you were just one of the people that they treated like crap, and they absolutely could care less about you or anything about you, and they just dogged you out every day, and because they could. Yeah. Or like I said, they're just a boss, and it's just all. And listen, whether we like it or not or don't, the old school leadership way is dead. There's still areas out there in the country where you got it, but people today don't. There was a time when American workers just said, "Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, you're the king, you're the boss, whatever you say. It's my fault. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, sure." And we got wise over the years. Like, hey, wait a minute, this ain't right. And we started standing up for ourselves. And it forced companies, because we said, you know what? There's another job out there. I don't got to stay here. And people started getting concerned about the high cost of turnover and, constantly trying to replace workers and, all that goes in. They started saying, hey, what do we got to do to keep some of these workers around? I mean, I know places have 30-something% turnover. Why? Because it sucks. The people suck. The work sucks. You know what? You could be in a sucky job, even. It's like the Dirty Job show. But if you got somebody that's really like you enjoy who you're working with, like you're all of us suck. Maybe that's Miss Elizabeth this morning. We're all of the suck. But I sure do like the people I'm in the suck with. I like them. They're good people. I like my boss. We all just go in there, roll up the sleeves, and we come out, filthy and dirty and shredded and felt like we got real. But you know what? I enjoy the people I work with. I can handle that. But if you work with people that they're just douchebags, and your boss is horrible, I mean, at some point you just have to say, I can't do this anymore. I can't do that anymore. And you move on. And other people can't see it. I can't believe you left that job. Well, that's a great place to work for. Well, then why don't you go do it? Knock yourself out. The beautiful thing, Miss Elizabeth's fiction experience is this, is they don't got her to push around anymore. I don't think they're pushing her around. But they don't have her to pick at anymore. She don't have to listen 13 days, baby. She don't have to listen to more administrators, teachers whining, kids, love them, but come on, it can be a chore. Parents, oh my God, dealing with parents, some of them. It's all fixing to be a memory. She'll have great memories and nightmares. But she's fixed to step out, fixed to be some freedom there. Turn in her badge. No, I don't want I don't want nothing from here. Y'all can have it. It's been nice knowing you. I'm going to the farm. One day, Steve, he'll retire to the forge. The store will explode. He's going to be known the world over. The Celtic blacksmith will be legendary. And he'll tell his job, it's been nice knowing you, but I'm out of here. I remember when Tom Schultz, I think that's how you say his name, right? Boston. And he still worked. I think he worked for Xerox. Put that first Boston album together, Labor of Love, fighting with the record company. But what got his way, put that great album together. But they were still, the album was out. He was still working at Xerox. But there come a day, he said, when I knew I didn't have to work at Xerox no more. I think album sales had hit 200,000, which was a lot, especially, back then. And he was hearing his songs on the radio. One day, he said, that's it. He goes in, turns in his, I don't even know if he worked a notice out. He just said, that's it, Xerox. I'm now a musician, a paid musician, being paid very well. It's time to leave. One day for all. Maybe it's retirement. Maybe it's whatever it is. It's time to go. You just say, today's the day. It's a great day. And isn't it great when you can walk into a place where you could see that it's crappy for them too. It's like being in a prison. It's like getting your walking papers, and they're going to open the gate for you, and you tell others, well, this is it, and they're like, what? You're leaving me? You can't leave. Don't leave. I can't handle it around here if you leave. Oh, what am I going to do? You're my friend. You're like, I know, but I got to go. And they have this feeling of being trapped. You get to go outside the gates of the prison, sit in the car, and just go, oh, soak it in. I don't have to go back in the doors no more. As you look at the little signs on the door, hearing protection required, uh, whatever it is, and you just say it's time to go. Oh, Jake, good morning. What do you mean you forgot the other guy's name? You talking about Rob? What the heck you talking about, Jake? Dave, the other guy, forget the other guy's name. Or are you talking about the guys behind me? Hello, Crystal loves David 17. It's always been about saving the children, no child slavery. That's not right. That's right, no child slavery. All right, come on, Spartan. Be nice. But it's good to be here this morning. And it is my birthday, as I said. And I'm enjoying my birthday. I will not let anyone take me down. I am excited for today. I made it. Didn't know I'd make it. Good Lord, let me live these 60 years. Don't know if I'll make it through the whole day, but I'm here now. And I'm going to shout it out as rock group Kiss sang about. I'm going to shout it out all day. I'm here and I'm excited to be here. I made it these days. This is my day. I earned it. Some people say they dread birthdays. Not me. Not me. Look back over the last year, realize you know what? It's almost a year since we started a podcast. When I turned 59, we hadn't even started yet. It was close. It was close. But it wasn't started yet. But within a few days after turning 59, we started a podcast. And now here we are. Rob would say, you're old. Well, maybe. But I'm here. Today is a day I'm not going to get too political or too whatever. I'm just going to have fun. Just going to have fun. Not ignoring things that's going on. Don't have my head in the sand. I do recognize things are going on. I covered it last night on the MAGA report. Tonight, late night, I'll jump back in there. There's things going on I'm not liking. There's things I'm concerned about. But you know what? Right now, it's my birthday. Steve, you enjoy your day out there banging steel. Miss Elizabeth, you enjoy your day having fun with the kiddos, teaching them. What do y'all teach? What was your second grade, first grade? I can't remember. It's something like that. What is y'all's main? What are you teaching right now? Like what are you working on? A little bit of math. How to write their letters. I don't know. They probably already learned that. We still got people that don't know how to write their letters. Oh my goodness. Steve, one day you'll be 60. You'll be the gray-bearded Celtic blacksmith. You'll be out there on the forest. Thank you for the happy birthdays. Brodsky Bear, Spartan, appreciate you. Thank you so much. And it does feel good. Because you're kind of getting there. It's getting closer and closer. And now you're there. I just hate. The only thing I've hated so far today is I didn't know in the birthdays that me and George Clooney were born on the same day. But I'm not going to let it get me down. He's certainly not worth it. I'll be nice. I hope he has a good day on his birthday. He's got a family too. Man, they'll probably have I don't really do cakes anymore like that. Celtic says I'm already 60. Anyway. Yeah, I got it. Is. Well, you've worked hard. You've I was talking to James on the Empty Pockets. I was on his channel Sunday night. He was talking about how he used to pick up these heavy uh, car parts and everything, just manhandle them around. And now he says, my body I'm on disability, got all these problems. I'm using one or two canes. It's hard to walk and all this. And he said, you don't think about that when you're young. You just go after it. That's right. Steve, I just want to tell you. Uh, I just want to tell you. Last night's mama said the last 20 or 25 minutes, which I'm going to clip out sometime today. If you had been around, I don't think me and Rob could have handled it. I think we'd have been on the floor. That's all I'll say. You will not believe how off the chain it went. Brosky Bear says, I didn't have a chance to check out the MAGA report last night, but I have been noticing Democrats seem like they're now concerned about Mexican cartel members' feelings now. It's almost like you can hear the carpenter singing in the background. You're right. They're so concerned. I think the president, it's a controversial statement, and I don't care. It's my birthday. Maybe we just go take care of the cartels anyway, whether they like it or not. Hey, what you gonna do about it? You know what? They're a threat to the security of the United States of America. Pouring drugs and weapons and everything else and people into our nation. Yeah, we hit the Houthis every day. Why can't we go hit them a little bit? You won't do it. You can't do it. You're scared to do it. Why don't we do some flight runs down there? Few of our, rather nice pieces of air machinery and stuff that we have in the air, and just go light them up a little bit. I don't care. I'm about sick of it. Celtic said he was doing laundry. Hey, there you go, Miss Elizabeth. We were talking about the guys that, our topic was things you wished you knew about your spouse before you married them. And we was talking about people just throwing their underwear on the floor, and you did your laundry, and you visited your grandma last night. Hey, see what a nice guy Steve is. And they were watching the Carol Burnett show. I love it. Exactly. We need to get Mexico and Cuba in line soon. It's overdue. Let's clean up our own backyard. Yeah. Let's get the heck out of Gaza. Spartan, be happy. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Truly thank you. Yeah, that was my MAGA minute for today. That hasn't aired. It just was recorded. But what you doing, Mr. President? Let's get out. Let's get out. If the Russians and the Ukrainians don't want peace, what are we getting more involved with? Get the heck out. Israel's going to flatten Gaza. Let's get the heck out. Tired of it. We're going to be the food supplier now? It's not going to work. They shot at us before. It's fixing to blow up. It's fixing to be bad. Let's just get out. Hey, here's an idea. The cornbread birthday cake. I like that. I'm now known as the Cornbread Man. Angry Conservative gave me that, and I kind of like it. I don't know if you've seen my superhero, the Cornbread Man. I've had it out there on some of the socials. I'll have to get a background with that. The Cornbread Man. But the Cornbread Man goes about, he's America first, and he's there to save you money by having you switch, yes, to Patriot Mobile, the Cornbread Man. I like it. But yeah, we're wading into stuff. It's like on my birthday, I'm sick of this stuff. Mr. President, you promised us we're getting out of these wars. Let's go. What's up? I don't mind you hitting the Houthis a few times, but then let's get out. Yes, celebrate. We're going to do the racing show tonight. And I think I'll do a show, just do something goofy. Because I am goofy. We'll do something to celebrate my 60th birthday tonight with a show before the MAGA report. We'll do something. About 8 bells, somewhere in there. Not sure what it'll be yet. We're going to do something. It might just be the Cornbread Man show. It's gonna be funny. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about my 60 years and the highs and lows. Celtic says I vote for dinner at Hooters. The live stream from Hooters. Oh, Steve, if you'd only heard last night's show. About spit my coffee out thinking about it. I'm not exaggerating, Steve. I am not. I don't think Barry will ever be the same. I don't know that I'll ever be the same. And I'm not trying to get you to watch something. I'm going to clip it. But you need to watch the last half hour to make sure you catch it all. It's a good 20, 25 minutes. The last half hour, Mama said last night. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Oh, that show took on a whole different direction. I'll just do Hooters dinner for my birthday Monday. Oh, yours is Monday? Well, happy freaking birthday, man. Awesome. I know you're not 60, but early birthday to you. Yeah. Birthday Monday. Down at the Hooters. I had a friend. He did rather well with the ladies. He did rather well. But he was raised a certain way in a certain place. And he just had a worldview that was a little different. He'd never been to the big city. I took him to Atlanta. And we went to Hooters Underground, I think it was. I think it was Underground. And one of those very pretty, different kind of girls that he wasn't used to being around, let me tell you what, she come over and sit in his lap, took his order sitting in his lap, and that guy was never the same. I don't think that's legal or right, but I'm going to tell you that's what happened for him. She said, "You kind of cute." And she sat in his lap, took his order. My wife was with us, and she's looking at me like, "Don't even think you're going to do that." Oh, man. Yes, sir. Took a few days off to work to Ford, so I'm thinking I might do a live stream one of those days. Big in like 4 or 5 hours or so. Good. I love it. I'm 58 and had worked 20 years, 2 jobs full time. My body went bad on me at 30. Yeah, I know. Bless your heart. I mean, yeah, we just go after it. We just, getting it. And one day you wake up and you're like, oh, man. It's like, what? I can't do it anymore. I was watching one of those, you're bad. I saw a commercial the other day, and it's one of those for some medication they're trying to give you. And it's basically your body's doing things on its own. It shows the guy trying to work the screwdriver, and it falls to the floor. So my hands betray me. I can't hold the screwdriver anymore, and I take this medicine. And I mean, I feel like that. It's like sometimes you just drop something. It's like, why did I drop that? Where's my grip? I went to rip open a box. It's like, it's not happening. I told my son, I said, I hate to say it, I just can't get the grip on this like I used to. Now, I was sitting there watching my nearly 40-year-old son rip open this box, and I'm like, I'm glad I got you around, but I remember when I used to do that. You're rubbing your hands all the time, trying to get them warm, loosen them up. I feel like the Tin Man. Need some, some oil sprayed around, WD-40. Got to get up. You got to get up earlier to start earlier because you move slow. I remember my mother-in-law, bless her heart. We'd go somewhere, and it took forever for her to get ready, and we didn't mind. But she always felt bad about it. I know y'all tired of waiting on me, and we're like, no. I mean, it took her a lot longer. But she was a fun person to be with, and just wonderful. What kind of work did you do There, Crystal loves David, 17. What kind of work was you doing? Uh, two full time. That's a. You know what? Just the hours alone, two full time jobs. That's a strain. But I get it. We've always worked hard. Oh my God! I talked about this on Friday night stream. My hands used to pretty much lock up and go numb. I was still drinking at the time. I just popped a beer bottle, didn't even, or dropped a beer bottle, didn't even know it at first. That's just gone. Yeah, didn't even feel it fall out of my grip. Yeah, man, it's weird. It's like weird. It's like, whoa, I'm dropping stuff now. Your kids are like, hey, Dad, let me help you. My granddaughter does this all the time. Now, I don't need the help that she offers, but it makes her feel good. So sometimes she'll say, let me walk you, um, let me walk you to the house, Papa. She'll hold my hand. I got to take care of you. I say, I appreciate that. I do. Oh, if I was in Georgia, I'd make you some homemade buttermilk cornbread. Yeah, with lard and iron skillet. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Slab some butter in there. That's a meal in itself. You got it. Oh, I'll probably treat myself to something on the way home. I got to go to another city nearby for this class. On the way back, I'll have to stop and get me something. It's my day. Oh, it won't be the Hooters though, Steve. I don't think my wife would appreciate that. Oh, oh. I remember when birthday celebrations used to be the big throwdown. No, not much of a throwdown anymore. If I was in Georgia, I'd still have a dollar store kettle on the top of my box. I love it. I'm sorry, Miss Elizabeth. Oh man, I love it. Oh. Well, they say it does wonders. Oh man. Well, Miss Elizabeth, you know it's a rare day when Steve hears something and doesn't have a response, and I kind of think he's going to have a response off of that show. All I got to do is think about donuts, and things just ain't the same anymore. Like at the end of the show, I was like, what happened? This is supposed to, I don't know where this, I don't even know how we got there. Well, I think it was we had already kind of went there, and then we had the pickles in the bedroom. Steve, you'll have to go watch. Oh, tried it once, but didn't do much. Might have gotten a gimmicky brand or something. Yes, he will. I do like Patriot Supply. They've got some good stuff. I check them out. I actually have. I don't know if I've ordered something from them. I think I have, but I certainly get their stuff all the time, and I've been looking at some stuff to order. I like supporting companies like that. So yeah, it's good to know. Oh, it's not mine. It wasn't me. No, sir. It wasn't me. The ladies were off the chain. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. It's going to be a great day. It is. It is. Do you have a Twin Peaks near you? Each drink scenic views is their motto. I don't think I do. Twin Peaks. I've never been to one. Have to look that up. Each drink scenic views. I like it. Well, we are the scenic city nearby. We would think we would. And maybe there is. Sometimes I don't keep up the latest and the greatest of what's going on. Somebody says, "Oh, that's been there for a year." I'm like, well, I didn't know. I think there's people that ride around and just look at new construction to figure out what it is. Drives them crazy. There'll be something in business for months, and I'll go by and go, "Hey, I didn't notice that before." And people's like, "Dave, that's been there for a few months." I'm pretty bad about it. I just stay focused on the road. Oh, I don't even have to make commentary on that. Oh, I hope you folks have a great day. I really do. Thank you for making my morning a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know. Thanks for your support of the show. Y'all give Celtic Blacksmith a follow there on the Rumble side of things and find his store and watch those creations he makes. Some of our other friends, Empty Pockets Podcast, Killer Carl, Kim's Coffee Talk. Yes, Angry Conservative. Give all these folks a follow and watch them when you can. They're great people. Absolutely great people. I enjoy their friendship and fellowship and support so much. And all of you that are just passing by on your morning and make it a destination point, you don't know what it means to us. And you're as much a part of this show as anything. So we thank you. We'll get out of here. Let's see. Cashier and cook. Second job. I slept 2 hours a night and had 3 kids. So I had 3. Yeah, there's no doubt. No doubt. Bless your heart. It's hard work too. I've been a cook. I've been the dishwasher. I've been the cook. Any kind of work like that. Wow. I'll tell you tonight on what probably I'm just gonna do a Cornbread Man show. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be the Cornbread Man show after the racing hour. I'll tell my story about as a Shoney's cook. Something that happened. I was just one of 3 in the kitchen, but a complaining customer about a steak. I witnessed it. True story. Reminiscing tonight over 60 years of chaos, mayhem. Looking forward, though. Always looking forward. Hope y'all have a great day. Enjoy your work day out there. Miss Elizabeth, 13 days. 13 days. She's probably out of the car inside the building now. Steve is headed in. Crap, Jiffy. I'm ready for the Cornbread Man show. Yeah, that's going to be a new creation. That's what I ought to do, Steve. I already have the Jiffy as the background. Jiffy on one side and I'll drop it and go nuts. Or Miss Elizabeth, I hope she's off here. I truly hope she's in the building. What's funny is I already have logos for this. They wasn't called the Cornbread Man Show. But I already have all these logos that are created with cornbread and stuff. That's what I'll do tonight. Racing Hour, the Cornbread Man Show. And yes, the MAGA Report. Late night. We'll see y'all tonight. We'll go out with some music. Kick your day. Don't let it kick you. Don't let the bad people take you down today. Look at them and just act crazy. Out crazy the crazy. That's the motto for today. Out crazy the crazy. Because there's a lot of them out there. Oh. Oh, yeah.